Welcome to GAK Math Plus. This is your online tutor, George Kamavo. In our previous lesson, we looked at how to prove the theorem number 1 under the circle theorem. We note that twice the angle subtended on the circumference of the circle is the angle subtended at the center of the circle from the same arc. Today, our focus will be on how to use this theorem to solve questions. Now let's take our question number 1. Example 1. In the diagram below, A, B, and C are points on the circle with center O. If angle ACB is 40 degrees, find angle AOB. Now first of all, let's look at where angle AOB is subtended. If you observe the diagram drawn, you will realize that angle AOB is subtended here. Great. Now, let's observe how these questions can be solved. According to the theorem, twice the angle subtended at angle ACB is equal to angle AOB. So we can say that 2 times 40 degrees, which is the angle subtended at C, that is angle ACB, is 40, and this gives us 80 degrees. So from the solution and the theorem length, we can say that the angle subtended at O is 80 degrees. Great. Isn't this simple? Now let's take a look at another question. Now, find the value of x and y in the diagram below. If you take a closer look at this very well, you will note that the angle subtended at T is 50 degrees, which is the angle the arc subtended on the circumference of the circle. We can also note that the angle subtended at O is x, which the theorem tells us that 2 times the angle subtended at T is equal to the angle subtended at O, which is our angle x. Now let's take the solution. Angle x is equal to 2 times angle RTS, and we know the value of angle RTS to be equal to 50 degrees. So we have our x to be equal to 2 times 50 degrees, and that gives us 100 degrees. So how do we find the value of angle T then, angle Y then? If we take a closer look at the diagram, you will realize that OR is equal to OS. That gives us the triangle XOR, an isosceles triangle. So we can say that the angle subtended at R, that is angle ORS, is equal to angle OSR. That is equal to Y. So the angle subtended here in the diagram is also Y, because the triangle SOR is an isosceles triangle. So we can say that the sum of interior angles of a triangle gives us 180 degrees. So that implies Y plus X to be equal to 180 degrees. We know the value of angle X to be 100 degrees in our first solution. So we can sum Y and Y to have 2Y plus 100 degrees, that gives us 180 degrees. So we have 2y. In grouping like terms, we have 2y is equal to 180 degrees minus 100 degrees. And that gives us 2y is equal to 80 degrees. Our main focus is to find the value of y and not 2y. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 2. So we have our 2y is equal to 80 degrees, both divided by 2. And that gives us the value of y to be equal to 40 degrees. So from the question, the value of x is 100 degrees and the value of y is 40 degrees. Great. Isn't it simple and more applicable according to the theorem length? It's obvious. Now let's take these trial questions. Don't forget, we will meet in our next lesson and look at the solutions to these trial questions. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and the link to this video will be posted on WhatsApp anytime we release a new video. Looking forward to see you. Don't forget to like our pages and share the videos when you have them. Thank you.